I mean, I think the thing that they've got going for them is it's master tier Void Spirit. You know,
Yes,
Xantic,
exactly.
the sort of star player, and what we've seen from them in the past, he has popped off. But you're absolutely right. You look at Kezu's Venomancer, and it's not going to be a fun game for some of the players on Into the Breach. That is, there's no doubt about that.
It feels like they've been full countered, honestly. It really does feel like that. They don't really have too many good effective stuns on their two supports either. Clockwork can work. Of course, once you start getting your levels and all, you can do the cog pushbacks and whatnot versus your puck. And I think that's the biggest problem. That's why they went for that puck. They see the two supports. How the hell do you kill this puck? They've got very limited disables to actually catch him too. And yeah, this one just looks like a much better draft, much easier to execute too on the side of Viking. And I like this Bloodseeker pickup a lot, honestly, in the end. It pretty much... It makes both the Ursa and the Void Spirit's life miserable, and they got Grimstroke. So if they ever do get soul-bound on the two of them as well, disaster will quickly ensue. As Tanner immediately skills Rocket, so that says one thing already. He's feeling like he can't do the most, at least at the start of the lane, because he's going to be playing likely with an axe. He's got double Sage's Mask too, so that tells me what? Like Bassi plus Urn, trying to go for some type of more passive kind of style. So yeah, it really does feel like it's going to be a massive uphill battle for them. Actually seeing them potentially setting up there's like a tri-link. I see a Blightstone on my AA, but it's just gonna go down to bottom. And yeah, let's see what they can do. I really do feel like this is gonna be a pretty impossible, especially in the bottom lane. This is not a lane that Ursa enjoys whatsoever. And we're seeing Rockets. So Rockets scout, maybe Rockets to harass onto the puck.
I mean, yeah, he's just spamming Rockets mid.
Hey, he's gonna have full mana, double Sage's Mask.
Yeah.
Immediately they start forcing the wave though. Bloodright plus a stroke. Isn't gonna clip onto Malik, but yeah, tough lane.
Sure, well, you don't see Shad having any pressure here on him. He's gonna free farm.
Nothing whatsoever. Celery could die. That's the one thing that could happen once they do get some levels onto Tanner, but that's gonna take time. And it's also still difficult because then Shad probably can get a return kill every time because of the thirst, and someone will get low.
And bottom lane, what level would you say bottom lane gets really miserable for the Ursa?
Level 1.
Level 1. It's just straight.
And Malik's just dead? Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
No, I mean, it's actually like level 2, really, to be honest, with the Venom versus the Ursa thing, but it still feels miserable at level 1. And you're just getting poked, harassed. You have to go for the kills constantly as this Ursa AA lane, which, it's a carry Ursa. You want to be trying to go for that kind of just chill out and farm. And I'm wondering what build we are going to see, because we've seen the Chinese players, they do your boots into your Morbid Mask, into like phase boots, get Roche, and then you get the Fusel, and you just fight. But I've seen I've seen Europe, they still go for Battle Fury, which I absolutely hate. So I feel like if they go for something like that on that route, it could be big problems for them on top.
I mean, yeah, he's got the ring. Yeah,
he's got the ring.
He is.
He's gonna go for I'm pretty sure he's gonna go Battle Fury, and
It's gotta feel bad though. As you say, we'll see. We'll see if he can make it work. Because a lot of people, they just have not been able to.
No, he's farming fine actually in the lane. Kazu's missed quite a bit of them at the start down here. But the matchup overall throughout the game, it's always so bad. Unless you get super far ahead, unless you snowball out of control in the Ursa and you're always getting on top of this Veno, then it's going to be problematic. So that's why I was saying at the beginning, it's eyes on Tanner and Xantic in this game, because they're the ones who have to just erase the Veno from the game so that Ursa can play inside of these fights. But then even then, there's the Soulbind that can be problematic, the Phantom is also annoying, and of course, that biggest one is Rupture. That will be really tough for both of the main cores of Into the Breach.
See top Malik, of course, he's trying to not play the lane now, trying to get these pulls off, but Shad having no struggles farming underneath the tower. Bottom, I'm going to try for this with the Gale. Aramis.
That's just a kill.
Yep, just slowly clicking down Fishman. Maybe they can bring down Kezu in return. Avalanche nicely lined up there onto the two of them to stop Little Pleb from being able to keep beating down onto Kezu. So Kezu, yeah, he's able to get away far enough that the Fury swipes do reset.
So important that he goes for boots and Windlace so that he's able to do this. Aramis even salves him while body blocking Lil Pleb to make sure that Kezu can actually keep the sustain going. And yeah, you're not going for damage items on this Veno on the lane, but your whole purpose is just be obnoxious. You slow down the Ursa, you prevent him from ever killing you, and you effectively will just win the game later on when Veno just full counters Ursa in the game. So we'll see how it does develop.
I mean, Aramis. What? Maybe seeing if you can get a catch onto a Fishman. Gale off the mark there, Kezu.
Okay. Give him a tip. No,
I mean, he's out of mana as well,
Yeah. So
I see top.
The lane is going to be okay for Lil Pleb at the very least to farm in for now. That's a costly one for sure, that miss. Does he actually have anything coming out on the career just yet? He doesn't, so KheZu. I was wondering to see if he goes for like the Urn Rush build. It's a lot of the time what we do see from these Venos, you go just straight Spirit Vessel. It is very effective this game too, versus these tanky heroes like Axe, and it is just annoying. It fits so nicely on Veno, so likely to see him go for that next, but he definitely needs some mana regen down here on KheZu.
Yeah, he wants to be able to keep up the Gale spam, especially if Aramis is around looking to try and capitalize something out of it. He has at least got the clarity coming out and got the mana for one more Gale.
Okay. And he will just start skilling up these wards that are pesky. And Aramis is looking to try to slow down Lil Pleb a bit here. They're going to start poking him. That's so annoying laning versus Venomancer as Ursa.
Yeah.
He's done good. I'm actually impressed with how well he did in the first 4 waves. But now it's
that's true.
It just starts
I
to get
think
worse.
we've definitely seen heroes get shut down a lot harder in the first few levels against a Venomancer. As a little bit of a shaky start, KheZu. But hey, you know, it's game 2 as well, right? KheZu had a tough start, but came in big time as the game scaled on.
And he did get full effectiveness, so Clarity did not get cancelled. So he is pretty much at full mana. He can start that spam out. And Lil Pleb, he's got a lot of one charges. But they're just, like I said, making his life absolutely miserable down here. Saving the Avalanche as well. Does use the one this time around. But look at this, the poke, and look how low they are. The thirst, the Bloodseeker's gonna start running at lightning speed up top.
Yeah, that's true, actually. I mean, yeah, not getting you for the kills, though.
Yeah. But this is...
I mean, he saved the Avalanche a long time. Could he, would the sort of the toss combo not have done it, or does he need to wait for that extra control? Otherwise, he doesn't stand a chance.
I don't think... I mean, they're just putting harassment on Malik.
Sure.
If he gets a couple spins here, might actually be able to get the kill here. Does he want to dive? No, tier 2 still hurts. The rocket, is it enough? It's not. He's got stick charges too.
Yeah.
He's chilling. Mid, Aramis, making the move around, matching versus Tanner. Gets hit by the cogs. So only has the one spell, but will succeed in securing that room for his puck. Do you give it to Aramis? Do you want to give him that invis, or do you want to make a move with it? Okay, looks like he's going to hang on to it. Sometimes we do see that bottle pass off onto some of these more killer supports as KheZu, on his own down here, is starting to bully them. The levels are starting to get in.
Now it's heating up.
Now it's just more miserable. Again, though, Gale
keep
off
missing
the mark.
these Gales.
That would have been a kill.
It absolutely would have. Yeah, a couple of missed Gales now, meaning that they're losing out these opportunities.
They're bringing Celery down to pressure even more. So Tanner, he's going to match the aggression. Also has a salve for his buddy. But Ursa's CS, he had 24 at the, 4-minute mark or so? He's got 28. He's gotten 4 last hits in 2.5 minutes on this Ursa. As Shad's lane, absolutely free, able to free farm under tower as Axe cuts. So both these two will be very farmed. I want to see Malik maximize, and that's what we're seeing him do right now. He's pulling neutrals with those camps as well to get that increased farm on the Axe. So will be very high level, very farmed on this Axe, at the very least for his team, as he's going to need to be. Ursa has to jungle. Veno is level 6, and you know that we did see it a little bit of that power of why the Veno, of course, versus the Veno versus the Ursa, but also with just the power of Bloodseeker. In mid game and stuff like that, the power is just ridiculous. The thirst, if you get an ulti off on multiple heroes, this Bloodseeker just pops off. So ours also seeing a little bit more of that synergy coming out from Vikings draft on top of everything. Big fan. He's gonna go Hood, so he's actually not going for that Spirit Vessel build, going for more of this pipe survivability versus the heavy magic damage. I mean, that's fine too. They are playing versus Void Spirit and AA, so it does just want to be a bit tankier.
This seems like a bit of a scary place as well for Tanner and Fishman to be. I mean, they've got the 2 supports down here. I don't think these two can do too much about this pressure, can they?
No. And Clockwork usually sometimes like versus 4 positions, he's super good, right? But versus Tiny, he can just toss you out if he does see anything, if you do get gone on. And we're actually seeing rotation from Puck too. They really want to just take out this tower and maybe even get themselves an extra kill as Fishman. As soon as he shows...
Fishman.
They
know he's in there. I mean, this was, as I said, always a very dangerous place for Fishman to be, and he'll pay the price.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I feel like I go back from Fishman and Fishman. Fishman? Fishman.
Fishman? I think Fishman sounds more...
I like Fishman.
You know, more like a superhero.
Yeah, exactly. Malik dancing around the tower, that Vanguard, very survivable. He's going for carry build. Okay. He's going for the Manta Shard. Don't want to go Blink. You're versus Veno. Sure. Let's go on the X.
That's the way to do it.
That's one way. Xantic instantly
jump
ruptured.
He's going to get out with the Astral Step. He's got to spend some time hiding in the trees. Here's Malik. He's going to look for Celery, but now with Boom TPing in, they have the Dream Coil control. Malik, he's going to try and run. He's actually still surviving throughout this all. They dropped pretty much everything. The Bloodbright is down on him. He's very low. He's got backup. Fishman and the Xantic around.
Wow.
Into the breach, you're actually able to get Malik out of there.
Holy moly. He is tanky, and he's got the Vanguard plus Chip Vessel. High HP regen. He'll be able to stay inside the lane. Very surprising that they're able to survive that, but you see the efficiency. 2k gold lead already from Viking from these movements. And now Kezu will do what Venomancers do. Take over enemy jungle, swoop over to the next tower, and just keep being a pain. So I think build for him in this one, if he wants to go this route, it's like this pipe and Force Staff. Definitely want to see them get at least one, because I think if you just have one Force Staff, this Clockwork's life is impossible in the game, as it also already feels very difficult for Tanner. So we'll see what build he does want to go for. He's got a couple options. Hey, they're chilling. This is mode chill from Viking. Here, the Ursa's unable to farm.
Yeah. I mean,
you're getting free farm.
I mean, he's going to be alright with the chill because he's obviously going for this build.
Sure.
But yeah, you got to feel that overall Viking just going to keep getting so much more done.
Absolutely.
As top, Fishman. He's going to try with the TP out. They got the damage. They
Sure
do. He's not getting out of this.
Oh, cool build by Shad, too. Usually we do see just more points in your Blood Right, but he's actually putting 3 points in Blood Rage this time around.
Okay.
Sure. It works well with the heroes that he has on his team, too. Blood Rage on Puck, Blood Rage on Venomancer is also very effective.
Yeah. That if you're playing against that sort of spell amp early on in the game, you know, you can't buy that level of spell amp. That's an insane amount.
And it lets him farm way faster. Once he's Blood Raged in the jungle, when he has Maelstrom finished up, which he does already, he's going to clear these camps in no time, rather than having to rely on just spamming Blood Right to farm faster. So, cool
and then
approach,
when he's coming
farmed.
To these fights with like Maelstrom BKB, Lil Pleb's just not going to be anywhere close to matched in items to a level where he can turn up.
Oh, I hate Battle Fury Ursa so much right now. I really do.
It's slow. It's very. I mean, it was great, you know. It was the thing to do. But then what Ursa fell off, or Battle Fury got nerfed, and
they both.
Because now we're seeing on pretty much the other cores, right? Battle Fury is very rarely the item.
Yeah, I think it's only like picked up on like PAs now. We see some trolls maybe picking it up like in some situations, but it does. You know, the Maelstrom is just so much more effective in like 90% of situations. Of course, on Ursa you can't build that, but that's what we were saying. You know, China, they go just Morbid Mask, Diffusal, get Roche, fight. Go for timings, boom, just super aggressive. And they've had some success in it, but as we mentioned, you know, Panel was talking about too, Europe, they've not been successful on this hero. And he is just super countered, so maybe going for greed might work, maybe. I guess he's
that's
full
the
countered
logic.
anyway, right? He's full countered in the draft anyway in the side of this game, so he's trying to do what he can. Yeah, just hit creeps, hope your team's able to carry you in mid game, and maybe you will be this super carry monster, but it's gonna be super hard for him, so. His Viking, ready to fight, level 6 on the supports. Kezu, level 8 with a hood. He's got the Force Staff queued up already. Hook shot from Tanner.
Look at the hook in.
It's a good target.
Onto Celery. We'll see them try for the counter play. The Ice Blast is coming in. Will land here onto Boom.
Pretty nice.
Boom, still able to jump to safety with the orb.
Kezu.
They'll turn over towards Kezu instead. They get the call off. Aramis in with the counter play, but the 4 of them being down onto Kezu. Kezu's in trouble.
They got him.
They've got the magical burst to take him down.
Beautiful from Tanner. The exact target you have to grab inside of this situation. The easy, squishy target. Now, Boom.
They're trying for more under the tower here.
This is a bit deep now. The Rupture's there. Shad's arrived.
Yeah, they'll get Malik under the tower here. Can they get Xantic as well? That's the question. He's going to go for the TP out.
The
Avalanche will catch him, though.
It went a bit too far. I think they should have been happy with what they got there. The 2 supports coming out, then they just dive too far as Viking is prepared. Shad's easily able to rotate out of the jungle. And did the Axe purchase anything yet? Has not committed yet fully for the build. 2,600 gold on Malik.
I think he will, right?
I think he will.
Yeah, he's going to get this Manta.
Especially because Xantic is already playing super active.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But we'll see. Okay. Tanner. He's going for the greedy build. Okay, so this is cute by Tanner. This is the old school approach for Clockworks. When you're limited on disable, you see a puck, you go Orchid. That's the build he's going to go for. That's why he started with Double Sage's Mask. So that could actually be pretty cool to catch that puck by himself. It's a very greedy kind of pub style thing, but it can work, especially because we always, you know, these pucks, they all go Witchblade. So you might have opportunity.
Yeah, they don't buy anything to
actually
dispel.
gank. It does take you some time, of course, to get it on the clockwork, but if you're very effective with your gold, it's a cheap item. The build-up is always nice, too. So, yeah, we'll see if it does work out. It's a clever approach. As Malik is committed for that. Yasha. Blink already on our support. Tiny on Viking. 14 minutes. Super early on. So another way, as we've seen, Aramis does like to play with the combos with the puck. Viking overall do. So Earth Spirit first time to kick out of coil. Now they got the Blink toss out of coil too. Can be quite strong. Little Pleb is getting space though. Battle Fury's almost online.
He's
So
slowly
not too
climbing
bad.
up the ranks.
Not too bad, at least with his farm.
So what Viking can do with this blink reveal.
Yeah. Tanner, it's on him to get those big initiations.
Yeah, Xantix, he's watching this carefully. Maybe Aramis can get this jump.
Is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They saw where the rocket came from. They see
he's gonna
Fishman
show
too, so
himself
they know
here.
exactly where they are. Nice to simulate. Doesn't
Very,
get
very
into the
quick
back.
there at Xantic.
Now
Hook shot
Aramis.
in Tanner. Tanner's going to reach in onto Aramis. They're going to get the grab onto
The
Boom.
puck,
Boom.
Boom.
He's able to dodge the Ice Blast, though, with the phase shift, and now the Dream Core's down. Boom catches the two of them. Shad is ready to start looking for some cleanup. Rupture down onto Tanner. Tanner's going to hold his
Oh, the
position. Little
deny.
Pleb's able to get him with the deny. Malik's in with the counterplay. Dunk down onto Boom.
Right. Nice defense there. Bit of a slip up on the initiation. He saw the AA, but he goes for the Void Spirit. Bit interesting there at Xantic. He has more than enough time to always get the simulate off. Instant
Xantic?
mules.
He's going to be fine. He's getting Aramis underneath the tower here.
Little Pleb.
Little Pleb, though, getting thrown
Uh-oh.
straight into the action. Will manage to get the ult off in time, protecting him from that burst of damage. So
Okay.
Little Pleb actually able to walk out.
Not too bad at all. Wow, into the breach. Continuing to impress today. The way that they coordinate their fights. And Viking, maybe not giving as much respect as needed here. Going for that dive in, not going for the easy squishy AA target. They go for the tough Void Spirit. You got to get the initial toss off in order to get that type of setup. But goes for it in the trees and can't quite connect. On point again, Tanner. Another hook shot. Very successful with that AA. Only a 1k gold lead for Vikings so far.
We'll take the tower, though.
Tower has fallen.
Trying to move in, but scouted out by this rocket flare, so they know exactly what's coming here. When I say that, Little Pleb still getting caught by the
Oh,
avalanche.
doesn't get
Tries to
over.
jump down. Won't be able to clear that cliff.
And he's losing his ancients too. Tanner.
They're trying to hold on to them. Tanner comes in with a hook shot.
Boom dodges
Dream Core's
most.
now out onto the three of them.
Oh,
They've got the control onto Boom, but a big ult from Kezu. They're all going to start ticking down very low, and with the avalanche coming in, they've lost three. They're probably going to lose the Xantic. Xantic tries to play in aggressively. Will actually manage to set up onto the puck. He's going for the TP out on the high ground as
Cuts
well,
him.
but the Ixwell Stone catches him. And Xantic's been found on the cliff. They'll take down four. Kezu still with spells to play with here as he's able to get the Gale down onto Malik. He can keep kiting this. And Malik's tanky, but slowly they should have the damage to take him out here. As they're in with the avalanche, the Ixwell comes off again as Malik will fall. Little Pleb's got to be careful. We can't run into these three heroes. But there we have it. Viking getting 5 kills back to back.
Radiant's bottom tower
Kezu just holding his ground. The Veno wards have claimed the area. Tanner, can he get the connection? Doesn't have hookshot available.
Radiant's
And they
bottom
deny away a
tower
lot
is
there.
under
They
attack.
take away the ancients. They own the fight there too. Boom. Does dodge the ice blast and all that. Will inevitably go down, but a clean fight from Viking with that invasion. Sveno just continuing to be the boss as we see just beautiful spell connection. And during all this, like, where's Bloodseeker, right? Bloodseeker, Shad, he's chilling in the bottom lane, getting
He is.
all the farm in the world.
BKB and going into this S&Y, he's just going to be full tanky. So throughout these fights, Kezu's just going to be able to, as we saw last time, just control everyone, make it very unappealing for Into the Breach to really try and take a team fight head on.
Yeah.
And Shad's just going to be allowed to come in with the cleanup. It's going to be very hard to control these two cores.
I'm actually surprised that Shad even goes for BKB. I thought he was going to go full greed with the way that he was just
Sure, you think
getting...
you could have got away with skipping it?
Yeah, I thought he was just going to go S&Y
Yeah.
first, and then you go back for the
Okay.
Basher, but... Or go back for the BKB, but... Feels like he might need it. Feels like he wants to just get involved in around these fights. I mean, they can. They will be able to just constantly fight because of this anyway, so... It's cool.
Now, slowing onto this 4K lead.
Dire
Viking.
Can they get
Lil
into the
Pleb.
Roche? I feel like that you have to. When you play
Ooh,
Ursa, you
this would
have
be-
to get a Roche on.
I mean, there's no way they get away with this.
Not when
Viking are
there's
gonna check
nobody's
this out.
showing. That's the thing, is you have to show other heroes on the map. They will find Kezu, though.
They do. Can they burst? They
gone.
can.
Aramis?
They're able to burst Kezu. He doesn't have buyback as well, so we can't get back in on this fight.
Oh,
See what the rest of the
rupture.
team can do without Kezu alive, Shad. He's looking like he's going to be able to do a pretty good job of cleaning them up 1-1. Adzantic's up to the high ground. They got anything to stop his TP? They don't.
It's close.
They lose Kezu, but still, the fact that into the breach in return, they drop 2 heroes themselves, I mean, of course, that they can't go for this Roshan attempt. And especially now they've shown that that's been something on their mind the once. It's going to be very hard to pull that past Viking. Viking's going to be ready every time.
And they didn't show anybody in lanes at all either. That's the one thing. It's like when you're trying to go for these sneaky Rosh kind of plays, you tell your team, hey guys, everyone's showing a lane. I'm going to like smoke into the pit alone. Because Ursa, you can solo it. He doesn't have the Morbid mask, so it makes it a lot harder. But he can actually still do so. Or at least with a +1, and then you show like 3 heroes on the map, or 2 heroes. You have to make a sacrifice for it versus a better team. Otherwise, it's going to be obvious. As Shad continues to be that top. Right after the BKB. He didn't have to use it in the fight. He'll have a Yasha done. Level 15 as well. Going for all of the individual talents as well. Just all about himself as he is the carry. 7 armor, lifesteal as well on the Bloodseeker. And 20 minutes about to hit. So Malik, his power threshold is about to spike up. Aghanim's Shard is about to be picked up for this axe with that Manta build.
I mean, yeah, he's hitting it perfect time.
He is.
Having the full combo of items ready. So, I mean, him and Little Pleb, they are going to farm.
Tanner. Aramis is able to find him. How's Tanner's farm? Does he have... He's approaching the Orchid. I mean, it's slowly arriving for this Clockwork. He's going for greed, as we said.
Radiant's middle tower is
I mean, could there have been anything else that would have had more of an impact for him in this sort of a game? Was it just very hard as the clock? Look, top Little Pleb.
Oh, he's found. And he's ruptured. And
He
he
gets the
accepts.
kill there. Boom will take it.
Some of the times on the Clockworks, I've seen the Hood. Hood is super effective. You're versus like Puck and Venomancer. It can be super nice, but I think he just wants to have another better way to handle the Puck himself, because otherwise it's Malik's job that he has to do, or it's Xantix, and I think that he wants to at least have that extra little bit of lockdown for Puck.
under attack.
All right, Shard online, Malik. He's the carry now.
Let's see. I mean, he's going to look for the farm. He's going to look to indeed do that damage in the fights. It's going to be yeah, Shad is definitely a huge problem. They've got to somehow kill this Bloodseeker. It's not going to be easy.
No, not at all. They do have AA though, so it always gives you that extra little bit of a window. If they do catch him, AA plus an axe could just obliterate him when they have Blink Dagger on Malik. So I think that's the next
true.
big
Yeah,
timing.
just think of the grab.
They do have the damage always once you do have this Blink on axe, because it is ridiculous. That's why people go for this build, and AA is always just that sweet finisher versus these.
So I think he has someone with this smoke.
Kezu?
Kezu. He's going to have to jump at the same time from Aramis.
Tanner.
He's in onto Tanner. Tanner, whoo! Hook shots out of the blood bright.
Bloodseeker super fast. Shad on the prowl. Waiting for Ancients to spawn, denying the triangle away from into the breach. Effective movements from Viking. And just keeping them away. When you're playing Ursa, it's 22 minutes, you haven't gotten a Rosh. It's problematic.
Yeah,
Usually
they
it's like the
can't get
second.
anywhere near the pit now.
Usually it's like this is where,
No.
from what I've seen, the Chinese region, they're the ones who seem to be the most successful. That's why I keep mentioning with that Ursa. This is usually the second Rosh timing for them when they play with that Ursa. They try to play super fast around it. Viking's actually probably going to be the one who does get it because they have a Solar Crest build on Kezu. Ice Blast will maybe deter them a bit there. The Rockets plus Ice Blast is quite frustrating.
I mean, maybe they go for killing instead Tanner.
He's
Yeah,
showing himself.
Aramis.
Nice
He's able to
toss.
get him.
Oh, he was about to finish the Orchid too. Great pick up there.
That was probably the one hero as well that they were maybe thinking about when going for this rush. Because, Tanner could always have the opportunity for a hookshot steal. Now he's dead. Now they don't have to worry about that. So back to work, back to business.
And it's constant rockets. It's 14-second cooldown rather than a 40-second cooldown of the AA blast. So they will be able to get away with this one. One more AA blast will be annoying, but they'll be just fine to finish off that rush.
There's Aegis. He's got the full S and Y, BKB. Creep wave or so away from level 18. Yeah, there's Shad at this point. He's just at a stage where he's going to turn up as the carrier, and Lil Pleb, still not a whole lot he can do. He has got the BKB done, at least Lil Pleb. So he can
they're
get
still
in
farming.
and try and stick on a target.
Yeah, into the breach. You know,
Yeah.
they maximized what they could during that time. Rather than looking to even contest the Roche whatsoever, we see this, right? The Axe cutting the waves, has Blink Dagger. They do have these good timings as well for their side. So not too bad under the conditions that they are in. So far, 16-5. They still have a fighting chance for sure, as Aghanims is also done on Void Spirit. Lil Pleb,
He has to
forced
put
to
the
use
BKB.
BKB. Does he have detection? He doesn't. The Sentry just out of range,
But
but
they
they'll
do
find
catch-
Boom.
Yeah, Xantic's able to get the grab on with the combo.
Full Ags.
They got the kill.
And Xantic is still super farm too, right? Like, he's only got 9,700 net worth, but his effective gold is so
They're still
nicely
trying to
used.
go.
And here's the Orchid.
Tanner, he's in onto Aramis, but Aramis is able to force out, get himself to safety. Now they'll turn and kill Tanner for this. Boom, also buying back.
That is, it forced a buyback because he did that play,
yeah,
though.
the Boom
so,
buyback.
I mean,
that's a worth there from Tanner.
hell yeah. You take those. Not bad so far here. And Boom, with a, like, he just bought back. He just showed himself
That's
in lane.
pretty big.
He's got to be very careful. Now they've shown that they can kill him just with the Xantic. Malik also has Blink Dagger. This puck
Little Pleb.
could just die. Little Pleb also
BKB's on
is
cooldown.
just gonna die.
Oh,
They actually
they're not
used
going to
both
cancel it though.
Heads up TP. Beautiful. They're making the most.
There's 3 heroes down. Kezu.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, no,
Oh,
4
they
star
actually get
favorite
it.
break
But
the
Malik,
combo.
he gets the call.
He's still got the call. This is going to be a lot of damage. There it is.
It's a coil, but this
So
is a
much
tanky axe.
damage.
They
See
break
if they
it.
can bring down Malik in return. They do get the toss back with the coil snap. The backup's coming in. Yeah,
did.
Shad. He might even try and see if he can catch someone else here.
It's Xantic. Does have an Astral to
Should
work
be
with.
fine, actually, yeah. No blood right, no rupture, of course, still.
That, like we said, they still have fighting. They have ways to fight, ways to catch these heroes pretty decently. Do lose the axe though, and Malik, he's worth a lot.
Yeah, and he is, as we see, he's their serious damage, as
He
you
is.
say. It's a lot of damage with these illusions and the spins.
Dude, look at Boom. Look, Tanner is trying to hunt for the puck.
He-
This is a tough one though.
Dyer's
He's keeping him on his toes, though. You know,
He
he said
can
Boom's
kill
got to
him.
be a little careful.
Yeah, he absolutely can kill him. If he's not under a creep wave there, if he connects with the hook and the Orchid, he will get the kill. The AO blast
That's
will be
true,
enough.
yeah.
Like, it will kill him. That's why
Yeah,
we
the
see this
Orchid
build.
clock.
So it's a clever approach.
It's working.
Yeah. Almost.
Until he gets the BKB. Then
Until
it's
he
not
gets
going to work
BKB,
anymore.
and then it's not going to work.
It's
Then he's
not
got to go
gonna
for,
work, yeah.
but then he still can go for other targets, right? Then he can focus fire Celery inside the fights.
True,
As long as he has detection, he can effectively remove that Grimstroke a lot of the times too. So this is, I think it was, I want to say it was like Ice 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 who started the Orchid build a long time ago, back when we
sounds
were
about right,
back
yeah.
when we were young lads.
fortified. Dyer's top tower is
Jump
Set
top.
up here, Aramis.
They're getting
There's
surrounded.
a lot here. Shad's coming in from the back lines. It looks to start this off. Fishman doesn't stand a chance here.
Gets
Shad
the AA blast off though, at the very least.
takes him down. Little Pep's still diving in. They get the grab onto Aramis. And the coil's down. Aramis still able to get the avalanche off. Aramis actually still alive here, but Tanner will find him with a hook shot. Gets in, takes him
Cleave.
down. Oh, the cleave as well. Little Pep. He's getting some big kills here. There'll be a buyback coming out from Celery. Little Pep tries to run down. Boom, looking to get out of range. As Shad, he's now ready with the BKB and ready for a cleanup. Takes down one. They will lose Boom.
And it's
Xantic
Xantic.
into the trees with the TP. He's actually able to make it away again.
Oh, baby. Forced another buyback, too. Celery.
Yeah.
This time it's him. 80 seconds, no puck, too, as that was the death after the buyback from earlier. They're getting Boom pretty nicely. And that was the Orchid that caused him to get that low initially, and then Xantic's able to finish him off. So some real good stuff coming out from the Breach skin. Even though they're
we
10
go.
kills behind, 4K behind, they have Ursa versus Veno. They're still making it happen so far.
They really are.
This is good
They're
stuff.
closing it a little bit.
Yeah.
You can't, as you say, write off the potential of Malik and Little Pleb. I mean, it's not a lot of success, the Battle Furiosa, but in this sort of game where he's keeping up, you know,
He is
it is
keeping
going to
up.
scale, and he is going to become a carrot.
Yep, and Xantic, too, is level 20 already. I think he's the first one, right?
Yeah.
Him and Shad, level 20.
Tanner, he's going to look to lead it on to Kezu. Kezu out to the side. They get the call. They're going to have the damage.
They sure
Kezu's
do.
gone.
Shad?
And now they're just going to
Does
run.
that BKB?
They're going to turn over towards Shadow. Well, 10 seconds. Indeed, he has to be so careful. He's able to turn with the rupture to hold back a Xantic.
Oh, the
With
cogs.
Aramis trying to jump in as well. They're just trying to keep them away from Shad. They're
Malik?
trying to get Shad out to safety.
And get the blink. Oh. That was a bit scary for a second there.
Well, again, it's another hit here from
Another
Into the
one.
Breach.
10
They're
seconds
losing
for
two
puck.
cores.
That long respawn time definitely hurting Viking.
Yeah.
Into the Breach taking advantage of it there nicely, and they will be able to get a tier 1 out of it too.
Dyer's middle
I'm so impressed with the way they're playing. Like, where's this Into the Breach been all season?
This is some Some big stuff. I mean, there was always going to be the potential, even though the draft was tough, I think, as we say, Zantic on his Void Spirit, he's looking very smooth. And I guess the same to be said for like Little Pleb. I mean, one of the reasons why Game 2 was as tough as it was, because Little Pleb just didn't really have a game right. On his Tiny, wasn't able to do much at all. This time around, he's able to do so much more in terms of just scaling as a carry.
Yeah.
He is going to have that potential.
And I think for Viking, it's really...
Fog, someone's banging at my door. Take over, Fog.
Okay, well, important thing to say is Shad has to save his ruptures. Like, right, in this last fight, we saw him rupture the AA. He has to be saving it for either the Ursa or the Void Spirit, so they can't just pop off inside of the fights. And right now, Owen is gone, so hopefully that fight does not kick off, because I am awful at play-by-play casting, so that's not going to happen. I'll do it very slowly. So I'm going to point out some neutral items that are being grabbed right now. Ceremonial Robe, picked up on... I think both sides actually got that one. Any other big timings here? Clockwork also has a plate mail going for the Lotus, has Spider Legs too, and an Arcane Rune on the Void Spirit. So some big item timing still. Also, BKB at 7 charges for the Ursa with a Blink Dagger now finished up so he can focus fire targets, and he's bought his own Shard.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Little mechanic things. Okay, you're good, but you're back? Nice, no fight
Yeah,
happened,
I'm back.
so...
I'm seeing the game continuing. They're continuing the comeback, isn't it? This network, it's getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, and they've gotten some nice pickups too for themselves here. The Shard is picked up for the Ursa, so small things that for people who don't know, the Shard, when you use Urshock, it does not apply a Dispel to yourself. It does apply Enrage, but it won't dispel something like a Venomous Gale, which can be pretty frustrating, but they have a lot to work with. Arcane Rune on the Void Spirit too, with the haste and an enchanted quiver. So his damage potential is through the roof right now for Zantic with this 14% spell amp. Hook shot, off the mark, doesn't matter.
He's done it again. They get Celery.
They're doing it.
I mean, I think Viking's going to be feeling pretty shaken up.
I think so too. Malik is on the hunt too. He can still solo kill pretty much anybody with this axe. Almost has a BKB for himself too. This is definitely scary moments here for Viking. That was one of their buyback deaths as well, so 50 seconds without this Grimstroke. Much higher timer than usual. They've now claimed the gold lead for the first time in this game. Yeah, this is so impressive right now. Boom.
Oh,
He's silenced up.
He's in. They call boom.
He's dead. He buys his BKB before dying, but another death for the puck.
Montana's, he's going to take a full combo to the
But he
face.
ruptured
We'll
him.
actually get the silence off in time.
They have to
They've
run.
got the setup. They've got the catch. Should be able to blow a power miss.
Shad has to be more careful with these. I mean, this fight, sure, he accepts that they can't fight it anyway, but he can't just be throwing out ruptures at this point in the game. Like, he needs to use rupture on either Void Spirit or Ursa for them to have fighting hopes inside the fights now. This is big problems for Viking. They have lost full control of the game. This Ursa is super farmed now. Almost has Basher too, so man fighting versus Bloodseeker will be a possibility.
Yeah, I think for me, there was just sort of the expectation that the Boom and Kezu would be able to do more on these heroes to sort of mess with Little Pleb's game, but it just didn't happen. They were never really able to get in and find him. And he's making the Battle Fury look good, which is, it's not an easy thing to do.
No,
it's not an easy thing to do considering what we've seen from it.
And I mean, really, this puck, right? The death into the buyback has hurt this puck so much. The BKB comes out now,
was definitely, you're going to look back at that and say, was it necessary?
Yeah. They have so many solutions for him now, too. Like, BKB is going to be a good way for him now to watch out for, like, versus that Void Spirit and stuff, but there's also Basher. There's still an Axe Call. Still not an easy game now for the puck. They're going to smoke, as they can't just keep letting themselves get initiated on by Into the Breach. Axe Manta. We'll scout them out. Fishman.
Oh, they're going to get the jump on Fishman. Fishman, he will get blown up here at the start of it all, see if they can turn it into anything else. Doesn't look like it. They're up to the high ground. They're away. Basher seems to be done on a little bit. I mean, honestly, we're seeing already just the amount of catch. You know, that they're getting that setup. Zantic's in. The silences between him and Tanner. That if they get the angle, that there's not a whole lot that can be done to save them. They've got to be super hot with the 4-star plays. You know, Aramis and Kezu, they've got to break people. I guess Seller as well. These 3 forces, they've got to be ready to slide one another out to safety because whoever gets gone on is just getting destroyed.
Fortunate thing for Shad is that he has Elven Tunic. So this is the one thing that's putting him a bit over the edge versus that Ursa. He has evasion, where the Ursa does not have True Strike or an Elven Tunic of his own to give himself any evasion either. So the man fights from Shad will be very potent, but it really is eyes on him for who he's rupturing. Like, I really don't want to see him rupturing AA or Clockwork ever again in this game. Get it on a core. couple of these times now, it has costed them some pretty big consecutive damages.
I mean, I think it has to be the Ursa. I don't even know. Is it really that good on a Xantic? Does it mess with him too much?
It keeps him in place, but at Xantic, he understands the matchup. That's why I went for Shard as well, where you're able to just like bounce around and go all over the place. So I think it is just going to have to be on the Ursa. But they're preparing themselves. Do they have any... Other thing is, too, is anybody build up a Yules? I'm actually surprised. Like, I know everyone hates Yules on Puck now. Nobody gets it, but you're playing versus Ursa. So I feel like even for Boom, like, there was options for him to just go for Yule Scepter this game. But definitely a little bit weird to see them not go for any of those type of just straight-up counters of the Ursa. They do have the Halberd, at least, on the Veno, but... Yeah. Little Pleb. Are they gonna be able to sneak this right next to Viking?
I mean, there's no way, surely.
They know it feels.
Yeah.
Oh.
Viking.
Oh, Kazu, he scouts it.
And now the Dream Core's down onto the 2 of them. But right out as well, they're gonna try and bring down Tanner. Linking them together, they get the deny.
Okay, again.
Tanner's gone. Denied here by Little Pleb, but now jumping from a Xantic, he's ready to go, gets the catch on Boom! Boom's dead! Kezu will get the ult up, and now Kezu's got to run. Boom will buy back for this fight. We'll see if he's able to turn this one.
Shad's on
onto a Xantic. Silence as well. They do take down the Void Spirit. 2 buybacks coming out. In fact, 3 buybacks coming out from Into the Breach. They don't want to let Viking get the rush.
Boom was a bit slow on his BKB, huh? He got greedy, and then he gets called by the axe, so he doesn't get it off.
They're in.
The jump.
Aramis. He's got another catch onto Tanner. That is now a dieback on the clock. Xantic, can he make something happen with this? No, he can't. Has to use it to simulate to get her out. Get himself right out.
Fishman
shows himself in the front. He's committing with the BKB. Staying on top of Fishman. It's another dieback. 2 diebacks now into the breach. There's Little Pleb. His BKB's on cooldown. He's silenced. He can't get the enrage off. If they're going to be able to run Little Pleb down, he'll pop the ult, but they have the control. There's nowhere for him to go. As Little Pleb, he's trying to run. Malik, he might actually just be able to save him. No, Boom's still able to jump over. Looks towards him. They get the nuke damage down onto the Ursa. They've brought down the Ursa. They've got the control for Malik. They put pretty much everything into trying to take that fight there into the breach. 3 buybacks, but Viking, they end up cleaning it up at the end of the day. Shad at level 24. He's going to have the money for the full butterfly, and they'll also have the benefits of the Roshan as well. So as close as the game's been, this is going to be quite a significant jump back into power here for Viking.
They needed to finally get the initiation, and they do. The Puck actually able to start the fight for them with that coil. Toss them maybe some buybacks, but they get on the big targets. Into the Breach also walked in with the supports. I'm surprised Fishman like walks up and starts hitting Veno wards. Is this AA? You're asking to just get collapsed on. As Shad will bring everything back together for his team. He's like, guys, enough. You know, I'm 9-0 and 10. Like, doing all I can here as the
He's not messing around, yeah. A lot of deaths here elsewhere, but the Shad keeping it very clean. As, yeah, that'll be it. The butterfly done. So, as you mentioned already, this evasion just a huge issue, and it's going to stay that way for quite some time. Yeah. Still quite a bit of money that's needed for the MKB on Little Pleb Ursa.
I mean, this was a very scary like moments there, though. It really looked like Into the Breach might just run away with those few fights, but finally Viking, they get a fight on their terms and actually able to take quite a significant advantage because of all these buybacks now.
Yeah, I don't know how they kill Shad.
I guess
they need to make sure that the max damage is being done by Malik on the axe in terms of just getting the core, getting the illusion spinning on top of him. That really is their best damage output now that for this amount of evasions online whilst they don't have any sort of true strike.
Yeah, they're going to have to just do it's the axe and the AA blast. They have to just blow him up once, reset, wait for it to come back up, go again. If they want to fight into Aegis, that is. If they don't want to fight into Aegis, they still do have opportunities, honestly, to kill him. As long as they do it in the right manner. They have to have an AA blast. They have to have pretty much everything from the axe onto this Bloodseeker, who's had a pretty flawless game, actually, for Shad. Except for like some of his ruptures, I was a little questioning, but besides that, he's done great. Especially that last rupture where he gets the Void Spirit.
So what we can get here is Little Pleb. Oh, Shad.
It's just running in. Look shot.
They're going to turn. I think that's supposed to have Little Pleb. He's in. Doesn't manage to get the pass off onto Shad. So they are able to burst down the backline. They'll get Celery. So they're going to call Malik. He's got the grab on a Boom. Look at the damage coming out. Boom. He's going to put the BKB in the Dream Coil. He's trying to run, but they'll jump in. Little Pleb's able to get the kill. They brought down Boom. Boom's gone for 2 minutes. No buyback.
Back to the base goes Viking. again, this
It's
time
a long old time here.
not getting it on their terms. The Axe is able to get the jump.
Yeah.
They still always will have the damage. And Lil Pleb, did he even miss an attack? I felt he hit every attack onto the Bloodseeker, through Butterfly,
I
through
did
Elven
feel like he was
Tunic.
getting the hits. He got the bash off. Yeah. But there we go. I mean, a big window now. See how much they can get done with it. They should, at the least a tier 2.
And maybe even just a finishing up the MKB for the Ursa, too. So still fighting chances for them, for sure. Crazy back and forth. Boom. Time and time again, getting caught out in this series. 6, 7, and 13 on the puck.
Oh,
Aramis.
he's in. And he's out.
Ooh. The Rupture. It's got a TP right away. Do they have any way to stop it? No bash.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah, a couple of hits, but not enough to try and get that stun off. And have them. I mean, do you think, do you just buy the MKB this game, or do you still play with buyback in mind if you're a little pleb?
I think you need it. I think he should buy it. I think the Axe
yeah.
also should probably just buy up that AC too. I think these are
Sure.
humongous items. Well, you see, Viking,
we're
they have
still-
a 4K gold lead, but
Yeah.
Into the Breach has a lot of gold just sitting there to spend right now.
under attack.
I mean, yeah, Malik's definitely a big fan of doing this. He was doing this last game, wasn't he, where he just holds on to a hell of a lot of money before he goes in on something.
He commits the gold. I think this is the right play.
He does
It's
that.
also so strong with the way that I actually have seen this in pubs where you go Moonshard instead of AC, but with his team, this is a team game. This ain't no pub, so he's going for more of the team items here for sure. That'll be nice. And even then, even more solo kill potential will be on the menu. As 50 seconds till Aegis does get reclaimed, Viking gets shooken up again in this game. Boom has Aghanims, so they do at least have that Ags coil versus these BKBs that we are seeing come out.
Yeah, they just got to be worried about Malik. If Malik gets that call,
They need Aeon
And
discs, really, on the supports and on even the puck at some point pretty soon.
that's not a bad shout, actually. What, because otherwise you feel that Malik, if he does get the catch,
You
they'll
might
just get
die.
the insta-kill.
Yeah, you might just get 100-0. The coil comes out. Toss and toss. We'll be able to finish off Tanner in a second here. In the middle,
Oh, see,
too.
over in the mid.
They're all split up on into the breach.
They're looking to fight Malik. He gets the
Call.
call from the backlines with a Celery just to get destroyed.
And Kezu.
Kezu will pop the ult,
Ooh.
but he's going to get taken down as well.
Oh my God,
I mean,
this
Viking,
Axe.
they're making the play on Tanner top, but they're also trying to make something happen mid. And mid, into the breach is more than happy to take a broken up fight.
Especially with this Axe being a literal carry.
I mean, Malik,
Actual just carry.
you just, whoever he gets the call on, he really is, I mean,
Dude,
at least
look at him.
90% of their HP.
He has the
Yeah.
ninja gear too. He's just constantly,
Yeah.
quote unquote, smoking around the map to look for these plays. He can solo kill.
He could do it.
He can solo kill most heroes. Like besides the Bloodseeker, everyone else probably just dies to this, especially with an AA blast. Lil Pleb, quite far up right now. Boom. He's getting bashed.
And he wants to chase Little Pleb.
Sure does. He's got flicker.
Oh,
Oh my God. The blink and the flicker actually puts him in the perfect direction.
he's going to keep trying to chase, but now Xanti's got to hold back a bit. He's been ruptured.
He can
As
play
they're
around
back off, Little Pleb still trying to have a poking onto Aramis, but with the E-Blade up, Little Pleb's got to respect this a little bit. And Viking just getting chased back to the base.
Dude,
DD rune drops.
This is a phenomenal flicker game as well.
Yeah, so much stuff to shake off.
It always feels like a good flicker game. Let's be honest. Very strong item ever since it got changed that it blinks you forward.
Oh, Malik.
It's on the hunt.
Oh,
He's got
could he
bots.
fight? Is he
And
going
the
to
ninja
go?
gear.
Has he got the damage? No!
Oh,
so
20
close.
HP.
Boom! Is he able to get
He's
out?
dead.
He's not. Boom's gone. As now they're trying to stop him with the E-Blade, but Lil Pleb's already got the ults off. Jumping from
Tactics
Azanti,
in.
gets the silence in onto the back lines. He's running in onto the supports. He's got the control onto Celery. Celery getting hit by the stun of the Dissimulate. They bring down the Celery. Another silence comes into play. He has been bashed. Azanti because he's got anything to jump himself out. He has the Yules. Dissimulate in a second. Can he get the Dissimulate off?
No.
He can't. Silence him from Boom.
It's a buyback though, from Boom. Fishman.
Oh, Fishman.
He tries.
Indeed, they get two, but as you say, if Into the Breach themselves don't have the buyback forced out on Xantic, they're going to be very happy.
They're so aggressive. I didn't realize he hit 25. He's 26 on the Void Spirit. He jumps and
Yeah.
gets the Dissimulate stun also on the back lines too. Yeah, this is still continuous aggression coming out from Into the Breach. Whenever they get any opportunity, Malik, again, look, he's ninja geared up. He's starting to cut the waves with these illusions, setting them in. Kezu knows he's had to stop this cutting, but top's gonna get cut. So all these lanes under pressure here constantly of Viking because of this axe. They gotta be getting frustrated for Malik.
I like this as well. You're now just going for the Vanguard into the Abyssal. I mean, it gives you that measure where you'll have that longer duration of control, and also the instant catch, right, with the Blink Abyssal rather than the cast animation of the call.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really hard to play against.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Works out nicely. And he's got so much attack speed anyway, so the Basher does feel very effective.
Yeah.
And he's got Vanguard anyway, too, so it's
So
an extremely
it's really
effective
nice.
pickup of gold. They're going to have 2 Abyssals, actually. Lil Pleb is about to finish up his, too. So, you know, your Puck, who went for the BKB to protect yourself versus all these silences, and now there will be other ways to go for him as well. So, yeah, Boom definitely needs Aeon Disc, especially because he was forced to buy back. If they find Boom in the next fight, Viking is going to be in a lot of trouble here. As Roche, 20 seconds. And, yeah, we see these talent choices, of course, being picked up. Ursa going for just the overall damage and right-click with the overpower. And, of course, the Dissimulate stun from the Void Spirit. Yeah, they're having trouble just keeping their lanes pushed out. I'm just seeing, I'm seeing Rockets on one side. I see 2 Axe Illusions on the other, and AA Blast to push out lanes too. Like, they're actually just having so much trouble just getting out on the map on the side of Viking, besides just being on their side.
I mean, it feels like if Into the Breach just wanted to keep the game going, they could probably do that forever. And for them to lose, they're going to have to get caught out sort of outside on the map, you know. And if they're not losing fights outside their base, I don't know how Viking ends it against what Into the Breach is doing. This is they're going to have to make some massive sort of move to catch Into the Breach by surprise, because if this passiveness, it's just going to continue with Into the Breach just holding and cleaning up so much more of the map than Viking can.
But it's so scary, right? With the Puck with no buyback, like Boom has to sit in the base, because if he dies, they lose the game. Pretty much, so he has to be super careful how he does play. As Fishman walks up into melee range, pretty much. Very aggressive position there for the AA.
Oh, Malik's trying to get the grab, but the force is out into the side.
It's an Aeon Disc. Tanner, he's got the back line.
I mean, Zantic, he's trying to jump in as well, close the gap so he can help out. He's in with the damage onto Aramis. The grab as well. They're taking down Aramis. Tanner will get fully focused by Shad during the BKB. Shad, you want to try and chase for anything else? Boom. No Dream Coil. You know, already been dropped in this fight. He hasn't got anything else to hold back the 2 of them.
That was the gem also. Fishman was carrying the gem when he stepped up to go for that D ward. That was so risky. I mean,
Fishman likes the front line. He likes the front line.
Yeah.
He's always in at the front.
You know, in some of these situations, you know, you want to probably give somebody else the ward to place it down if you want to go for that type of vision around Roshan, but he just gives up his life right away. And now they do have a way to protect Boom. Aeon Disc on top of BKB. They've gotten a gem also taken away that Celery is carrying. Celery hasn't bought the shard this game, by the way. I think it's the first game on Grimstroke that I see it not purchased. Especially against all these silences and all these like, disables, I'm very surprised that he has not gotten it.
Hey, I guess we'll say that he might just pick it up now, right? He's got the money.
Probably.
I don't know what else he's going to be wanting for his slots. He's got to be buying it next.
Might have forgot. We have heard players forget about the shards. You know, we heard Spartan, of course,
you
in the Willow.
don't forget about the Grim shard.
Hey, Spartan forgot about the Willow shard, man. That one's like one of the top tier ones, too. It happens. There's so much pressure in these games. It's into the breach. Start working on that Roche. Lots of gold on Little Pleb saved up. 6,000 on him. 4,500 on Malik. So they've got buyback ready. Call. Off the mark. Malik. He's got Manta.
I mean, Lil Pleb's gone for a huge wrap
He's in.
He's just run right around from the side. They're in on the Celery. They're taking him out. Celery's going to buy back. Kezu has this proc. They get the call off. They've got the control. Opening up onto Shad. Shad now popping the BKB. The Shad, who's he going to find to beat on? He's going to look towards Azantic. Azantic, he's away with the Dissimulate. And now Shad's in trouble. The BKB's come to an end. They'll try to over the Abyssal, but the Lotus is going to be able to reflect back the active, and that's the Bloodseeker gone. Shad buys back. So now chasing for more. Kezu is not going to be able to get out. He tries to TP, but they've caught him. Kezu gets taken down. Aramis in with the top combo onto Fishman. A second toss will do it. Fishman goes down. Malik, the Manta gets another call off, but they have the burst to kill him. Malik, he's gone. Aramis in onto Little Pleb with the toss up. But there's now with the ult. He's still running with the flicker as well. Little Pleb trying to stand his ground and turn back over towards the puck. They're coming in with the buybacks. Malik, see if he's able to get the chance to get a blink call off here. As Boom, he's going to get caught by the Dissimulate, so that's Boom gone. 2 minutes.
Shad's got to run.
He's out of the game.
There's a hook shot.
Oh, it's gonna miss.
He's got the dust, though.
See if they can get this Tiny. There's Aramis. They've caught him, Malik. It's another call. It's another kill.
They get the rocket. They scout out Kezu. Lil Pleb once more. Goes for the flicker. He's got the blink up in 2.
What? Oh.
Jumps over.
I mean, they're kiting him.
He's deep. He's halberted.
He's moving in. He's just going for this. He's just absolutely going for this.
It's on his
He's in onto Kezu. He's trying to force out more buybacks, and he'll be able to do so. Aramis now buying back as well. He's going to get in. Well, he wants to try and go for this, but Tanner's there with the backup. He can hold Aramis away. Aramis is not going to be able to get the grab onto Little Pleb. He'll get Tanner, though. Tanner will die for this.
Nice. Aramis. How many buybacks did we have? Let's keep that buyback up.
That's
Almost everybody has used their buyback.
Everybody's buying back.
Lil Pleb.
Buybacks all over the place.
Still does have his, and they are going to be able to push them away from Rush. No buyback on the puck. So they will be able to get this one here. Aegis Cheese and that shard.
Radiant are scanning. Your song has doubled.
Massive stuff here. Just a fight as well, where indeed Lil Pleb was fighting with it with his wallet completely stacked out.
Yeah.
He had about 8k gold at the end of it all. He will now spend up, get the Abyssal Blade done and delivered.
And Adzantic, I believe, picked up the full Octarine as well inside all of it too. Some crazy stuff coming out. Viking in a very difficult position now. And look at Malik, he's the one carrying the shard, so he can, I mean, he's gonna be able to double call people.
Oh, the double call. I mean, it's going to be big.
Yeah, the damage
It's going to be
will
big, but he can get huge grabs. Like we're talking sort of 3 heroes minimum.
Mm-hmm. And Lil Pleb still has the buyback, the only one in the game at the moment. Puck,
The
30
only
seconds
one.
until. He can buy bots and bots back into the fight. So effectively, he can have 3 lives in this next engagement.
That's pretty terrifying.
It is indeed.
Seeing as they're having to use so many buybacks themselves to just sort of trade even. And see into the breach now with the roasted 12k ahead. These fights are not easy for Viking. It definitely feels like Viking kind of missed the timing this game.
Absolutely. The farm, it's been in favor of into the breach with this. It feels like a tricore because of the way these axes work now because of the build. It feels like you actually just continue to scale as the game goes on, while Veno does start to lose its purposeness, lose its effectiveness for sure. And boom, as we said, he's had a rough one. He just keeps getting caught in this game. 8, 9, and 18 on this puck. Full dominance of the map now, getting themselves this farm.
Yep, we'll see Malik spend up as well.
Yep.
So not only double core, double Abyssal.
Oh, baby. That's a lot of control.
Yeah, if he puts the BKB, he gets double Abyssal, double call. It should be a kill. I guess they have got ways to mess with it. Aeon Disc, 4 staffs. Yeah, I guess that kind of messes with that.
Even Shad has an Aeon Disc. Like, he could actually just, like, if he BKBs, he can get called, Abyssalled, refreshed, called, Abyssalled, and then his BKB's gone and he's just dead. So it's good that he has that to at least kind of protect him a little bit for the status resist. It does not dispel the call. That's very important to say. But Lil Pleb, he's got an idea also versus that Aeon Disc. He's getting that nullifier. He has so much gold. Bit limited on item slots, but he can get rid of boots in this game because he does have flicker. And yeah, full control of the map.
Oh, illusion room from Malik.
Of course.
Always the dream. Here's the axe. I mean, I think if anything, he's probably going to be a bit sad this game. He didn't find the illusion escape. But, you know, Ninja Gear obviously offering a lot for, I should say, the moves he's making. But yeah, Illusionist Cape's always the dream when you do this axe build.
But the Ninja Gear actually feels more effective this game because he's just been able to do so much
Yeah, but you want to be
more.
able to play with both, you know. In the past, if you can have both. The passive mode is the game.
Ninja Gear allows you to effectively remove the Veno from the equation for your initiations because you won't be getting poked by these nasty little wards all the time, right? So I don't know. I really like the Ninja Gear on him.
Sure. I mean, yeah, he's definitely been able to make jumps that he would not have without that. Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
And Nullifier's done. So these Aeon Discs will be removed from the equation if the Ursa is on top of them. And they're farming 90% of the map, while Viking is only farming 10%. They're stuck inside their base. 7 minutes until we do have those 60-minute items. And as you mentioned before, you know, into the breach, they just feel like they are scaling much more as time goes by. Anybody? How long on our buybacks? 30 seconds till AA. 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 to 3 minutes on everybody else, pretty much.
I mean, we might see a bit of passiveness until that's there for both teams. I mean, especially for Viking, considering the situation that they're in now. And I mean, that's going to push us close to the 60 minutes. And then you got to any broken 60-minute items in this game, do you think?
Giant's Ring.
That's if you get, yeah.
Yep, Ursa, Giant's Ring, even Ex Machina. He has so many on-use items as well. These are just the most ridiculous ones for sure. You don't need boots. You get an effective extra item slot. Mirror Shield's good, but this game doesn't feel like it's the most targeted spells. Just all these AoE grabs from especially like the Void Spirit and all that. But yeah, I do think Ex Machina and as well as even Fallen Sky has its uses for sure this game, since you are playing versus like the Veno and all that. But yeah, I would
Fallen
say
Sky sounds pretty good. Yeah.
I would say the other two are amazing. Don't even point to the Book of Shadows. That already sucks.
Book of Shadows. I thought that should be a tier 1 item, you know.
I've never seen someone use it effectively. And every
never.
time it mutes your teammates if you use it on them. So it's.
I think you give it to the enemy.
Yeah, you use it on enemies. As we'll see Viking make their move out. They do have the puck buyback, perhaps feeling a little bit safer. But their base is getting hit. So into the breach, they know this is happening. They're positioning themselves up on the high ground. And these Axe, like you said, how do you get outside? Like Axe is cutting your waves.
He's just not. Every lane's going to be pushed.
Everything is pushed in. He's got bots too. So anybody who does
I don't know how
caught,
Viking do this. It's like this constant pressure. You can't make any moves. You just got to sit in the base and hope for the best, I think.
You know what they have,
maybe hope for some sort of tosses under tier 4s.
Exactly. What I was about to say. They've got the puck Ags with the Tiny. So they've got potential to throw people back quite far. He did take status resist on the Tiny this game, which a little bit disappointed. It is so good, of course, on these Tinys, but usually that's the carry Tiny. Toss requires no target. Is the toss back to the fountain plays that you can have fun with. Aramis is having an excellent game, though. 9-4 and 20. He's been somehow just slipping by this game quite impressively. But into the breach, definitely the ones leading the charge here. Any big 20, any other 25s coming out yet? AA is the other one I always look at. You know, AoE Cold Feet is a pretty game-winning talent. We also have Tanner close to 25 with that spell immunity inside Cogs that we saw from Soxa the other day. Yeah. So lots of fun ones.
No, I mean, looking at some of these KDAs, you're definitely going to have a few players on Viking probably wondering why they're in this position. You know, Shad 11-1 and 13, and yeah, as you say, Aramis 9-4 and 20. I feel like these two, they're sort of playing their hearts out, and they're kind of probably going to be sitting here wondering, why are we losing?
Yeah. But they're getting so outscaled. Like the way that Into the Breach is playing the map is so smart. Hookshot will be off the mark, but look at these levels, right? Like Void Spirit 29. Void Spirits, every one of these like 28, 29 gets so ridiculous because now you got the Astral Step cooldown. You already have Octarine. It really does get so much stronger here on the side of Into the Breach as this game progresses. Even the Enraged status resist talent, like some of these talents you usually don't want to get at times on some of these heroes. He's also going to be 29 to have that too.
How close are we on the levels on Viking? Just
they're
26 to 27s, but yeah, two level difference at this stage is a huge amount of XP.
They're smoking out. They see Into Breach all split up during all this.
Oh, they get the hook shot onto Aramis. Tanner trying to hold them back from Fishman, but Boom's going to continue to move on with the BKBs. As the BKBs coming to an end, Tanner he's going to have the Axe ready for that second round here, straight onto the Tiny. Malik looking to get the control of, but that's the two of them dead, and Tiny doesn't have buyback. Kezu now getting focused with the bashes. A double kill for Little Pleb. They've got a buyback. Okay, Tiny's buyback was just available again. Azantic popping the refresher, the call from Malik, tearing Shad away from Azantic, so Azantic's able to still jump over the Simulate Aramis.
The tosses.
In with the two-man toss on the back of the Soulbind. They've been able to take them down.
Look at Shad's speed.
It's 3 dead on into the breach. They've got to get out. Zantic, he's got no backup. He's got to try and get out of this fight as soon as possible, but Boom's in with the chase. Zantic, he's going to get taken out. He's got a Yule Scepter.
Gone.
Oh, but he's gone as well. As the buybacks come out from Viking, you know, this is why they were waiting. They did not want to play Dota until buybacks were back online. They're back online now. And that second round of buybacks on their half of the maps is able to win them the team fight.
And they fully do control that Ursa. They are able to get on top of him this time. Great spell usage coming out of the puck in particular to lock him down. Incredibly back and forth game.
It really is. Back on now. I mean, they're going to get the Roche.
Are they going to buy
into the breach?
Is the question.
Well, for Roche, I don't think so. Into the breach is going to let this guy. I think they're going to feel that because they are still in a pretty good position that even with the Roshan drop into Viking, it's not like this Roche means it's impossible for Into the Breach to fight, because Into the Breach is still going to be able to fight that next fight with the buybacks.
And Kezu, he did get his ult off inside of the fight too, which is really important to point out. He gets it onto everybody, and then the toss combo, as we will see from Aramis in a second, was beautiful. did catch them right at the last second of the leash with the double, and they just... I mean, the Urso got pretty much nothing off inside of that fight.
He didn't actually, did he? No, Lil Pleb, for all the times we've seen the last few fights, he's been able to have a good time. So yeah, Tanner there, a bit of a scratch to the neck. Definitely one of those fights that they're going to feel, especially after this second half of the game where Into the Breach have really sort of come back. That fight does shake things back up a little bit.
Especially when they just started getting those huge levels for all like these level 29s and whatnot.
Yeah,
Viking able to somehow strike back anyway.
Yeah, that's a lot of XP off the back of that fight because of that. They really don't want to buy back. They want to save these buybacks. They want to be in the position where they have buybacks and Viking don't.
Yeah, Rax is not an issue at this point. You can fight versus, I mean, even if you have like 2 lanes, you can still fight quite easily on Into the Breach.
I mean, they're only going to lose 1. Honestly, I think there was a chance that they could have maybe lost 2 there, but losing 1 Rax, but being able to protect your buybacks, all things considered, even though that fight obviously hurts, losing the Roche, that hurts. Into the Breach, they're not going to be too hard done by that.
No. And now we do have 2 ruptures, so we potentially have 4 ruptures, of course, with that soul bind. And who's got the refresher?
Time to stack. I've got to get stacked.
It's time to stack. We've got 60 minutes coming around. Get ready for it.
Somebody better stack this Ancient.
Kezu, block the enemy Ancient. Block the whole enemy jungle with Venom Wards right now. That's what you got to do. That's the big brain. He's doing it. He knows. Kezu's big brain. Kezu's big brain. He knows. He's like, don't let them farm. Look, he even blocks the small camp. Look at this guy. He knows. He's dancing.
Yeah, that's some nasty
That's
stuff.
good. Block them all. Block all of them, honestly. Like, farm them and block them, and then you guys farm triangle or something. Like, do not let them get these 60-minute items.
Yeah, the ultimate tier 5 item counter here, Venomancer, yeah.
But they actually will be able to. The Ancients, they're up 60 minutes. Let's see what they get. RNG.
Oh, and they didn't stack them. So, I mean, Kezi knew what was up. The rest of his team didn't.
The smoke to farm.
That's, I'd say, what's that sort of a B tier?
Yeah. Some games it's amazing. This game doesn't seem to be that great.
Yeah. I mean, he might. Flicker feels. Yeah, he doesn't want it.
What's Xanthic holding? He's been holding Stormcrafter, so it is a lot of damage for him. So get rid of that.
Okay.
He's got a Deso on top too, so he's got the double.
The double.
Double Desos.
Well, the triple, right? The Stygian looks like 2 Desos sort of just sellotaped together. Well, actually, I guess 4 Desos sellotaped together.
Sure. Oh, they got the Giant's Ring. They got it. Give it to the... Wait, okay, now the question is... do you give it to the Axe or the Ursa?
I think it was the Axe.
They're contemplating that. Do I want it? Hell yeah, I do.
I think Lil Pleb likes the Flicker.
I think so too, and you know what? Yeah. Honestly, Malik deserves the Giants Ring this game. Here we go. All right. But he's got boots of travel too. I don't know. Maybe there's debatable, but who cares? You know what? We get to see a big Axe running around, running through cliffs.
I think if they find other items, I think you could just give it to Tanner. Tanner's getting in there. You know
don't give it to Tanner. Get the hell out of here. As much as I want to argue that for a support, I can't give that to a support, Owen. No way. No way you give Giants Ring to a support.
No, too good. So this is interesting. So obviously, Xanthic, they have got the Mirror Shield. Xanthic would rather take that. So nobody's going to use the Stygian. No, and I think that's understandable. It's definitely one of the more underwhelming. Yeah. Okay. Actually, Tanner's going to take it just so they have someone to put the debuff on.
Sure.
You know, get a hit in.
Sure.
I mean, yeah.
Someone will take it. As they find the Book of Shadows on the side of Viking. Actually, a pretty good one. You know, it's a bad item.
Oh, you think it's good this game?
No. It's a bad item, but it can actually be pretty good for Kezu. At least to protect him and to protect teammates versus the Axe, because then he can't dunk them.
Actually, that against the Axe, maybe that is the sort of situation where it could be big.
Axe, Malik. He's
caught. Dream coiled. And with the combo onto Tanner, you see Xanthic trying to jump in on the backline. Shad's able to go to work onto Malik. Malik's gone.
He's got buyback.
I don't think they'll buy back for this. They just want to bail into the breach.
But they're going to get caught. There's so many ruptures.
Pledge still around. He's going to put they get the grab onto Aramis.
He's buying back.
They got the damage with the BKB. They're committing onto the Tiny. Aramis, you can take him down the once. He's going to be back for round 2. They've lost to Xanthic. Now the buybacks have to come out.
They're on Shad.
Shad. He's able to break his way away from the Ursa. Now Tiny comes in with a toss once more. That's the Ursa gone. Malik trying to focus down Shad, but Shad, Eon Disc keeps him safe. LeBright is going to connect onto Malik. Malik getting stunned as well. They're backing onto Malik. It's a dieback.
It's too much chaos.
Out of the game for 2 minutes. It's Tanner. Tanner's not going to get out either. Shad, he finds him in the trees. Tanner was able to, he was trying to TP out, but Shad finds him.
This is his buyback.
He's got to get out. If Xanthic goes down here, they will have the chance to close the game, Viking.
He's got to jump away. He will be able to. Messed up initiation by the Ursa. He lets the puck get the BKB off. He doesn't get the like he tried to blink Abyssal, but he actually didn't get it close enough. He doesn't Abyssal and Nullifier, so puck is able to BKB and then disengage because he can't use Nullifier post BKB to remove the Aeon Disc, so the puck's able to reset, and that kind of causes so many problems. As also Kezu survives during all of it, and as we see, the double ruptures coming out super effectively inside of the fights. This is crazy. Somehow Vikings, they're doing it.
We're getting the more items out, so they've got all the 4 into the breach. Their final one was the Apex.
Okay.
Who really wants the Apex? I mean...
Shad?
Yeah, dude, I told you. Well, look, they gave the Giants ring to Tanner. Yeah, I think Tanner takes it.
What?
Well, they don't want it on the other heroes. Ninja Gear's too good against the wards, and Flicker's too good for the Ursa. They rate these items higher than the
I mean, it is so
Giants ring.
good. It is so good.
Yeah.
All right, fine. You know. All right.
And
we did
Tanner's
see
got
how
the coolest
effective.
cosmetics, so his model looks the best.
I mean, that is fair, you know. And we did see how good the Ninja Gear was to avoid all those plague wards.
Oh,
Kezu! He's found. 120
Oh,
seconds. Still anybody's game.
boom.
Oh,
Boom.
oh,
Bash.
bashes.
Boom.
He's gone.
He has got buyback.
Okay.
But now, they've got the catch on Cellar as well. They caught him in the cogs. Eon just gets able to get him out to the side. Actually, Tanner, he's not going to try and chase on for this. They'll back off. But now, 100 seconds, no Kezu.
The Giants ring right there coming into play on.
I'm telling you,
Walks out of his
feels
cogs.
nice on him. So
like
what are they?
he's
They're not
infinite
using
jetpack.
Apex or Mirror Shield.
On who?
They're switching it around because now Xantic's taken back the Stygian.
Maybe feeling like he needs more damage. He's coming up Rapier as well, too. So it's getting to points of where he wants to one-shot heroes.
Oh, I love the Rapier on Void Spirit. I feel we don't see enough Rapiers on Void Spirit.
He's hit 30.
It is.
Well, he hit 30 like a little bit ago, too, so he's got the Astro
this is a
Step
great
talent, too.
item. It's
This game is
beautiful
just
on Void Spirit.
absolute chaos. It still feels Viking have found a bit of footing, especially inside of these super chaotic fights where the Veno wards are going down, the Poison Nova starts ticking and doing its damage. But it's really anybody's game here at this point. As the Rapier is online. What is it with Viking and having 80-minute games as well, too? I swear they always have these 80-minute plus or 75-minute plus games.
I mean, look at this.
Dude, Apex
the
Tiny.
swings this game as well.
Apex Tiny. That's a lot of HP, and now his Ethereal Blade's also quite effective. as well, too.
5.5k HP.
Dude, like the E-Blade, look at the damage it'll do. He's got 250-something strength.
But how much strength you got? Yeah.
253, right?
50 strength.
It's pretty good. Puck respawning in 10, Veno in 30. How's our buybacks? Ursa, Axe, and the Void Spirit still on cooldown. So 4 on cooldown for Into the Breach.
I think if you're into the breach, you might just. Well, I think you probably just sit in base for 4 minutes. I mean, at this stage, is there much to really achieve from farming, hitting creeps? So buyback is the most important thing at this stage.
And you can just keep cutting waves, right? You got rockets,
just
you've got
sit in the
Malik
base.
sending some Imantas as well. You might have
take
to
a 4-minute break. Yeah.
I think so. You got your food before, right, Owen?
Huh?
You got your food as well before, right?
We could chill out now, have something to eat. You know, get yourself something to drink. 4 minutes of sort of silence. I think that's what you want now. If you're into the breach.
Can someone give me water, please, back there? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
This game is getting to crazy lanes.
Because I think if Into the Breach take a fight without those buybacks, I think they're going to be kicking themselves.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
It'll be game over. They take a fight now in these minutes and they lose that fight. The game's over.
Yeah.
And of course, yeah, important series here for Into the Breach.
That's a DD on the Ursa. They might be tempted to fight because of it. 30 also
tempted.
received on the puck.
Fighting without buyback. It's a risk.
This
big
whole
old
game's
risk.
been a risk. This whole game's been chaos. That's what they want. Aramis?
Tanner.
Let's see.
He's in. Second hook shot as well over towards Celery. Aramis going to put the BKB.
Tanner's
See what
in.
target Little Pep's able to find. He's trying to get in onto Aramis. Aramis is able to get the blink out. He's away off to the side. Now Clockwork's going to get caught out by the combo. BKB comes to them
Shad's
for
so
Little
fast.
Pep. They're straight around towards Xantic. They've got the Abyssal Blade down. That's the Xantic down.
That's a Rapier.
2 minutes without buyback. And now they can move on for more here, Viking, as they chase into the river. Fishman's going to be pushed away. Waning Griff pushes back Little Pleb, as that's going to be 4 dead. 3 without buyback. I don't know why they did it, Fog.
They got excited.
I mean, I guess, but you can't take these fights without buyback. You just know that's going to be a game loser.
And honestly, the Veno ult plus the Bloodseeker is ridiculous in later stages. Look at the damage from Kezu. 9,200. Bloodseeker is moving at 1,000 plus movement speed inside the fight. They can't get on him, and that's looking like it's it. Viking finally find the footing after an insane game.
Be theirs. Yeah. A great game. As I said, a little disappointed in the end. I would have been down to wait 4 more minutes for a big, double buyback sort of extravaganza from both teams.
They got the DD. They got impatient. You know, they really
did.
wanted to try
they
for
got
it,
impatient.
But they get punished. Chad.
As they know there's no buybacks with the timings. They can look to close this Viking onto the tier 4s.
Deso picked up to kill it faster. Go, Kezu. Malik, he's going to try.
Let's see what he can do. He's in with a call. They get the Ice Blast off as well. They're trying to peel them off these tier 4s. Can the two of them do it? Kezu's going to lay down the ult, stop Malik from being able to get any further jump. And he's going to run in with the BKB, but the Dream Coil's down onto Malik. Malik desperately trying to hold, but the GG is called. It's over as Viking at 68 minutes and 18 seconds. We'll take this game 3 with that another